Aye, who is it?
It's me, Fritters. I've got the stuff.
Aye, leave it there and get to fuck.
Aye, that's fine, John Joe. But what about the money? The scratch, the dosh, the bees and honey?
What money?
Bog and Terry said you'd sort us 10%.
Is that right, aye? Long gone are the days Bog and Terry was in charge.
What do you mean?
I run a show now. In fact, here, tell you what, Fritters, I'm going to give you to the count of 10 to get your manky, ugly cooting out my house before I rattle you full of the good stuff.
No, never mind, mate. It's alright, I'm sorry, I'm off.
1,
No,
2,
no, Jojo.
10. Keep it sharp, oh, you manky cunt.
It's Christmas!
Christmas time is here. Man, I cannot make that note.
Man, Home Alone 1990?
Kevin is left home while his family go on a big trip. He must defend his house from burglars.
This is the one?
I mean, is it the one?
It's the one for a lot of people.
I hate this line, when people say this, but I'm going to say this. As a parent now, I'm just looking at all the parenting choices in this movie and been raging.
Are you raging at Cafe Nohara?
Phone the social on these bastards.
Director Chris Columbus. We've got a producer here. Who's this? John Hughes?
Oh, John Hughes. I thought this was a John Hughes movie.
GH, man. GH.
A big GH.
He used to go into set with a big bling GH in his neck.
Did he? Is that why he died so young?
John Hughes. And he used to hang about high schools. They said he researched and they said, aye.
Aye, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you had to come to my breakfast club. You need to stay early at night and then wake up for my breakfast in the morning.
Aye. Scene 1. As the Christmassy soundtrack music plays, we see this
score.
moon.
Sorry to interrupt you. This score.
Sorry.
I gave you a fright there. This wee score at the start and the wee house, the Home Alone icon with the blue font. You liking this?
It's a great Williams score. Apparently, he watched the dailies. He saw a cut of it and was totally enchanted by it and had to work on it.
Guy's a genius, isn't he, man?
He's good. He's really good.
No, calling him a genius.
Aye, he's good to what he does, aye.
Oh, come on.
I can rattle it out. Give me a Yamaha.
Okay, good, yeah.
Throws a Casio
Before we talk about this scene, we talk about the exterior shot here of this house, which we'll see many times throughout the movie. These people are fucking loaded.
This is always the conversation. What does he do for a living?
Some sort of trafficking for the mob or something.
Human trafficking, something.
Maybe he's trafficking all these Waynes out of Paris. Only half of them are coming back, you know what I'm saying?
I wish he could look after them better than he would his own Wayne.
I know, by the way, but like, seriously, like, this house is amazing. This
street's amazing.
Aye, this is like, it's proper Christmassy, but at the same time, it's a pure, this is such a white people movie, innit, man?
Oh, what are you wanting? People of colour?
You know what I mean?
In Chicago, are you off your head?
Chicago's quite a multicultural city.
I mean,
knowing this street.
Knowing this street.
Knowing 1990.
Don't be bringing any of your business round here.
Even make one of the police or something black, but no, man. Whiteies everywhere. This place is full of honkies. Speaking
of honkies, man, we get this huge house and I'm seeing one wee honky. Do you see this wee guy? Just don't say he's funny.
Funny how?
This thing's chaotic.
It's chaos, man. It's giving me such anxiety.
Too much family?
Organise this house better. There's too much going on.
I wouldn't see, even if I'm John Hurd, I'm like, no, Frank, get him under control.
I can't tell you the amount of times Frank deserves a punch in this film, man.
Oh, Frank's
John Hurd
great.
gets walked all over.
Frank's
great, a good
man.
character, but see the amount of times John Hurd just isn't a good parent. Oh, we'll just get to it. I know we'll get to this scene later, but see when Frank calls Kevin a little jerk, he's like, look what you done, you little jerk, right in front of his family.
Oh.
And his father doesn't swing for him. See if somebody said that to my Wayne in front of me, about the fuck you talking to? Start shit, man, flip a table with it.
Right, alright.
Sorry. Merry Christmas.
Imagine somebody was like, you jerk to your Wayne, you're raging. I'm like, why did they call her a jerk?
A jerk's
That's
a weird
so
word,
weird. This isn't America. Upstairs, we get this 8-year-old, the world's most precious treasure in 1991. Man, he was
about a 5 to 7 year stretch where he was the biggest thing in the world.
Remember when Bart gets famous for I Didn't Do It? It's basically mimicking what Mac was. Mac was everywhere, man.
He was in Uncle Buck, and then this, and obviously the sequel to this.
Then obviously
all those Michael Jackson videos, and then what was the other one he was in?
The biggest one, Page Master.
Pagemaster, man.
I watched that like 50 times, man.
Did you? Did you like it?
I must have liked Shannon Animation. Christopher Lloyd is a book or whatever.
Oh, we should do that for a show once, or for a podcast. Aye, it was good. It was a good wee actor, and he still is.
He has still done some work. Saved 2004 with Mandy Moore was great. Party Monster was good. 2003. He had trouble with his parents.
Yeah,
He doesn't like. It is so sad. They exploited him. There's no punchline to any of this. It's disgusting.
This is a theme. Is that not exactly what happened to Judy Garland?
It's happened to multiple, and a lot of the parents are happy to leave literally the thing they gave birth to high and dry for a paycheck.
Yeah. Oh man, it still happens today, man.
Oh, allegedly, like on film sets, the worst people there are the parents of the child actors because they're so greasy.
Yeah.
Like they're pure happy to get them out of the like hours that they're only allowed to work and stuff like that. Take them over to state lines so that they can work longer hours and stuff like that.
Oh, that's mental, aye.
Weird, man.
Yeah. It's a bit dark for a Christmas episode, but it's true.
Anna's 7, 6, 2 years from now. When he was tired on set, he just went for a sleep in the spot he was in.
Oh,
like if that was your Wayne 2 years from now, there'd be a talk. Do you know what I mean? Like that is weird, man. And he is amazing and everything, but it's important to note that it's because he became a bit of a joke, and I didn't help in some instances in that, and I definitely laughed at a couple of things, and it's like
everybody did though. It was a punchline because you don't realise how serious it is. I don't think until you're older, because you're just like, oh, the Home Alone kid, or oh, Michael Jackson, and all those jokes, but like his life is fucked, man. For a while.
Brutal,
and the fact that he's
man.
turned out as well adjusted as he is. I mean, he just got his star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Well deserved.
Yeah.
I want to see the pricks that are on that Hall of Fame, man. How did they get one?
Why's 50 Cent got one? That's weird,
Vince McMahon's got one. It's crazy. But anyway.
We are introduced to Kevin McAllister. He's complaining to his ma, Kate. Man, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh, you settle down. I know how you feel about her. In this movie?
In everything. I saw Catherine O'Hara in real life. We went to see Nightmare Before Christmas in Brooklyn, and she was there live performing as Sally. Stunning.
Oh, was it performed by
Sally, Danny Elfman? Like the cast were there.
That's cool.
Danny Elfman did a version of Oogie Boogie. It was honestly, Rido, it was incredible.
He's a bit mad looking, isn't he, man? Danny Elfman.
Aye.
He's a bit a strange looking cat.
Upstairs, 8-year-old Kevin McAllister complains to his mother Kate, the beautiful, hilarious Catherine O'Hara. He's telling her that his Uncle Frank won't let him watch a violent movie. She tells him Uncle Frank is probably right.
She says if Frank won't let you watch it, must be really bad. His dad's walking about looking for a voltage adapter.
What's Uncle Frank watching? Guinea pig?
I think he's supposed to be watching that gangster film. That comes
he's watching a Serbian film.
We Are the Waynes.
Oh man,
he's watching Cannibal Holocaust.
And laughing. Look what they did to that muskrat.
They're all sitting there greeting.
Is that lassie on a pole? Kevin acts like a nuisance, man. Oh, he's a bit of a pain, this wee boy.
No, he is. Being a wee boy.
Man, this was you, wasn't it?
No.
Asset traps.
Did you?
I only was reminded of this on my wedding day.
That's a weird time.
I know. My cousins came up and they were like, oh, Mindy used to set the traps. And I remember tying rope around this monkey that I had and putting it up high. And then
a toy monkey?
What's that?
A toy monkey, not a real monkey.
I'm for the scheme. You want a scheme monkey running about? Kevin acts like a wee dick, bothering his parents whilst they try to pack and get ready for their family trip's visit to relatives in France.
Aye, it's very convoluted. Basically, they need to go to Paris. Something, John Hurt's brother. Something, whatever.
What's he up to?
He's up to some shady dealings, man. It's like some sort of... I think it's like some sort of like high class, like, hitman type thing.
Jinky's a hitman?
No, but I think he's one of those guys who organises it and
Jinky knows one?
Aye. Let's see, one of those guys that works for that mad agency, Treadstone, in the Jason Bourne movies.
Aye.
He's one of those guys in a suit that's like, find Bourne!
Man,
Do you know what I mean?
you can't fuck with Treadstone, by the way. They activate
find
guys in hotel rooms.
No. Even if you're playing the piano, man, they'll activate you.
Why didn't you take the shot? Remember that ride, though? Then he jumps into the Hudson River.
It's amazing.
Is it the East River?
And then, it doesn't matter. And then you think he's dead. And then when Surface is watching it on the telly, then he starts swimming.
Streamways and I don't know, the same way I don't go
the best
again.
Moby song. It's no hard.
I know he diddled Natalie Portman or whatever, right?
Or he tried to,
but
and she gave him a knockback.
They three Extreme Ways are banging, man.
They are brilliant
They
songs.
are banging. There is no Born without Moby. There isn't.
You're right, because like you go back and recut those films and put a different song
you
in,
gonna
it doesn't
put
hit
in
as
there?
hard, man.
Man.
Because that moment when he's in the river and you think he's dead and they start swimming,
What you
and then
gonna-
she's watching the telly and she starts smiling, and you go, pew! You're like, yes!
And you get, take me out. I fucking hate Franz Ferdinand, man.
Is that no Kaiser Chiefs? No,
Oh, they're the same.
they're the same.
They're the same. They just changed their stupid jackets. And I'll throw another one in there, man. You've got Franz Ferdinand.
Razorlight.
Fucking your Fratellis.
Oh, hear that first album?
I
was
knew you
pretty
were
good.
going to say that. You've got Fratelli already, man. You've got Fratelli fever.
I like the Fratellis, man.
You-
That first album.
I heard you used to say your name's Ryan Fratelli.
In school, oh, he's my cousin. Big John's my cousin.
Kev is freaking out. They thought of packing his own stuff. Man, this Wayne can't dare hang for himself.
Which is the complete opposite of everything that we see later on in this film. He's the most independent kid I've ever seen. But also, why are you leaving it until the night before you leave to tell an 8-year-old to pack his bag?
Why?
Do this a week in advance.
Why are all yous like this the new?
Aye. Have your shit organised before you even get there. What are you doing? What have they spent the entire rest of the week doing? Because they're all running about mental trying to get packed. First of all, why are the kids who don't live there trying to get packed? Because they must have travelled to that house. Their suitcases should
Half of
be
these
there.
Waynes don't, I even think, have their shoes off, man. Maybe get that sorted first. Then there's this hoopah about the food, and it's mental. He's also freaking out that he's going to have to sleep in the same bed as his cousin, Fuller.
Is that his brother in real life?
That's Kieran.
Is that Kieran
This is
Culkin?
his
Like,
first movie.
wee pissy pants?
Kieran Culkin, massive shout out of Succession. He became the best part of that programme and the greatest arc throughout that entire programme. He plays a despicable person you want to choke until there's moments he's alone and you see what's ruined him, and it's so sad, Ryan. And it plays on him and coming from a family like that. And Kieran, especially in that last season, incredible, really incredible performances.
No, I'm sure though that's true. It's just
You'll
like
never
here he
watch-
just plays a wee way that pisses his pants, and that's his story arc. Although he's chugging that Pepsi like nobody's business.
Yes, pure. See the smile he's got when he goes.
That is really funny.
He raises his eyebrows like, "Oh, I'm
Also-
going to piss on you."
I don't mean to judge because I'm sure I'd done this when I was that age. What age you see, man? He's drinking full fat Pepsi.
Even if it wasn't and it was riddled with aspartame, that Wayne's like 4 or something. I don't know ages.
No, I think he has about 4 or 5, and he's rattling this full fat juice. He'd be jumping off if fucking was.
Teeth falling out for rot, man.
Aye, that's again, I'm not judging people because when I was young, man, as soon as I could drink, I was out in the cans of Dr Pepper with my dad.
Oh, they slapped the dummy on that for you and sat you in front of Forrest Gump.
They did. Dr. Pepper and Forrest Gump praised me.
Your first words were Jenny.
They're like, oh no, he's got an accent.
Why does he talk like that? Downstairs, this cop continues trying to find the homeowner, but the kids he talks to tell him that they're just cousins.
Aye, he's basically completely ignored. These kids have absolutely no respect for authority. Kevin walks about this house as well, asking people to help him pack and stuff, and basically all his brothers and sisters and cousins are just arseholes to him. They're like, oh, you're such a wee idiot, Kevin. Start learning how to do stuff for yourself and all that. And it's just like, give the wee boy a break.
He's a wee dick though, isn't he?
No. All he does is ask for help.
Wait,
Buzz.
You're gonna...
Buzz! Oh, let's talk about Buzz. He's
Buzz.
a danger, man.
I mean... Well,
in real life.
Aye. You've been raging since he done that canoe trick to that wee guy.
No, oh, man.
He gets
that arsehole, man.
See, if I was in the crowd, man, me and Uncle Frank would be like... Look at that wee dick.
The joke isn't even funny. The joke is he just puts a candle behind the ear. That's so funny.
They light up like friggin' Christmas.
The best
man.
thing about that scene is when Kevin turns around and fucking decks him. I was like, yes! Do you a big cunt down? It's a David and Goliath type situation.
You love Kevin.
He's the hero of the movie.
You're gutted when he's left home alone.
No, but we'll get to that as well, because this is the dream for me, being left home alone.
You can't. You've got a wife and 2 Waynes.
No, when I was a Wayne, I don't mean left home alone now. That's just sad.
Kevin's brother Buzz chats with one of Kevin's cousins. Kevin comes in and Buzz acts like a dick.
I know it's the whole Big Brother thing. Big Brothers are dicks. I did not go on with my big sister at all. She was a bitch. But we're alright now. If I tell you a story about... I've probably tell you this story because I tell everybody about that time that I just fucking attacked my sister, man. Pure, I don't know, like, remember Goldberg at the restaurant and done a spear to her, and she went into my room, turned on my PlayStation, went into my memory card and deleted all my saves. That's some fucking evil shit.
You've spoke about that like twice, man.
And I flew for her, man. Like a fucking rabid Wolverine, man. I was in Tapia. Fucking trying to go. My dad had picked me up by the belly and lift me away, and I'm pure, let me get
With you clawing at flesh. With you just trying
I had fucking chunks of hair in my hair, and I don't know how they got it.
Pure sitting in your room greeting, picking bits of your sister's hair out your fingernails, like, what have I become?
I spent ages trying to get that level in Metal Gear Solid.
Oh no, my siphon filter save!
Oh, that level was so hard. That coo.
Outside, they see an old man from the neighbourhood. Man.
What have you got against Big Shovel?
Marley.
Big Marley.
Big Marley.
Buzz tells him this ghost story basically about how Marley murdered his whole family with a shovel.
Yep.
This is mental in a kids movie. I'm sitting there watching this with my kids, and I turn around and Anna's pure looking at the screen like, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, he's just kidding on. It's the wee kid on story.
This is Robert Scott Blossom, who I had already known because I saw Christine way too young.
Oh wow, really?
And he's always stuck out to me for being tremendously creepy, and it's nothing to do with the shady selling Christine to the kid. It's this old man saying there's nothing like the smell of a car except...
That's horrible, isn't it, man?
And he's like so thin with this, like, one of those things old guys wear that's like a back brace tied to him that keeps his spine. And it's just one of the, you don't need to see or hear that.
Aye.
It freaked me out as a kid. I still think about that.
This is similar but not the same, but seeing Taxi Driver with Scorsese's in the back, and he's talking about how he wants to shoot his wife.
Yeah.
Oh man, it freaks me the fuck out. And you know that he's out his fucking tits and cocaine as well at the time.
That scene's chilling, and Travis is like...
Even Travis is like, this is a bit fucked, mate.
For me, I'm gonna shave my head.
I mean, I seen some shit in Nam, and even that was fucking not as bad as this.
Here's this pizza delivery boy.
Worst pizza delivery boy ever.
He's no good.
What is he's driving about as well? He's skidding in this place.
Everybody hates this statue.
But right, so this is the thing about this wee dick, this wee pizza boy dick. He hits this statue, right, which is probably expensive in this neighbourhood, and then he expects a tip later.
I like him though. You'd cast this guy as the nerd from The Simpsons. Oh, Mr. Simpson! That was a terrible, the high pitch, but after waiting around, the pizza boy and the cop finally get to talk to Kev's dad.
This pizza, sorry, I don't know if you've noted this also. This pizza comes to $122.50. There's 10 pizzas, is it?
Is that right?
It's like $12 a pizza, man.
They must knock off a good amount when you order in bulk like that.
And they don't. They should.
After waiting around, the pizza boy and the cop finally get a chance to talk to Kev's dad. This is Pete, who tells the cop about the precautions he's taking to make sure the house will be safe from thieves when he is gone. Uh-oh!
Oh, that's a good plan, in fairness, by Pesci. It doesn't explain where he got this police uniform. It never explains that. But the idea of going around as a cop and scoping out these houses is pretty smart.
They'll clock your coupon, though.
Oh man, as soon as he smiles and you see that wee gold teeth, you're like, oh you're no Apollos.
I know you. Kevin arrives in the kitchen to discover that Buzz has already wolfed his plain cheese pizza that was ordered for him specifically.
How? It's been about 30 seconds. Did he inhale it? Did he roll this entire pizza up and just inhale it? Like a cartoon character?
I bet he folds and eats like a Subway sandwich. This Buzz. Kevin starts attacking Buzz.
Quite rightly. Fucking go for him, wee man.
Era pizza.
He demolishes his entire pizza and then pretends to puke on him.
That's funny. I like when he kids only spew on him, man.
Now when Kevin attacks him, man.
He's just trying spewing this Wayne.
And I like the fact that Kevin takes him out. Buzz is like 3 times the size of him and he can't handle wee Kevin.
Buzz becomes a cop and takes it out on people, like what actually does happen in the Home Alone franchise. And that one just came out a couple of years ago. Buzz is in it as a cop.
Buzz is it? But is that canon? Can't believe I'm saying canon. Talking about Home Alone.
He's Buzz in it, so it must be
like Officer Buzz.
And it makes sense. He's power hungry.
That's kind of crazy, man.
Terrible movie. One really funny gag with him stuck on a wall trying to climb over it. It was really funny.
Is it really funny or is it Karen funny?
The ones I don't even take offence to that, man. I totally get that. It's really funny. Rob Delaney and Thingy from The Office. The wee Kimmy Schmidt.
Are they beefing like this?
I know. They are both
good.
Brilliant in it. The movie sucks. They chose that wee English boy for Jojo Rabbit. He's terrible, man. The soda spills all over Uncle Frank and the rest of the family are raging.
Now, I've seen this film like a million times, and it's only like in the last 2 or 3 watches that I realised that when the soda spills, it spills it all over these tickets. And as they're cleaning up the tickets, they bin some of them, or something like that. Is that what happens?
I thought it was napkins.
No, but there's napkins, but there's stuff under
tickets
it.
There, yeah.
Or like passports or something. There's loads of documents that also get binned, but it never really comes into it.
I think that's Papa Culkin's passports. He's got a Bond level of passports.
He's got this wee safety deposit box. It's just got loads of different passports.
Papa McAllister, you know how the kit for Total Recall? You need to put this up your nose, and he's like, oh no.
This family are the worst.
No, this wee boy's the worst.
This is not on Kevin.
See, when I'm going to bed to ride Mr. McAllister because he's taking us to Paris in the morning, I'm like that. Let's just leave him here. And kid owned it, we forgot.
None of this is Kevin's fault. All he's done is walk into the kitchen being like, where's my pizza? And then he gets bullied off his brother. None of the adults around help. Or nobody's like, Buzz, what you doing eating the wee boy's pizza? That's shite.
His cousin's like that here. What you doing eating the wee boy's pizza? And Uncle Frank's like, did he eat the wee boy's pizza? What's his name again? The big one's calling him Kevin.
The fact that this 8-year-old, who's the youngest or the second youngest, has to fend for himself. I mean, he's already home alone basically because none of these cunts help him.
Man.
So he has to start swinging.
You're thinking he's been home alone emotionally for a while?
100%, man. These people don't give a fuck about wee Kevin.
Kevin's mum sends him to bed, dragging him upstairs.
Oh, you'd love Catherine and Harry to drag you upstairs.
Here. I wouldn't complain about a thing about that situation.
You'd take her up to the third floor.
She's gorgeous, man.
It's a beautiful woman, I'm not denying it.
It's so funny.
But every time we talk about her, you start salivating.
But like that way and shit, you know that baby.
The way she delivers that in Schitt's Creek, she's great in that show.
With the wigs, man, in that Crow movie in the end, man, I melt with Catherine O'Hara. Plus she's Sally. In the hall, they are stopped by the cop. Kev's ma tells him that they are taking a trip to Paris to visit relatives. When the cop smiles at Kevin, we see he has a sparkling gold tooth.
Yes.
Kev's thinking, that's weird.
Aye, Kev gets a good look at it as well. Did I speak about it? I did speak about it already. I've wrote in my notes here, how dare Frank speak to my child like this and face no repercussions?
Man, you are really stuck on that jet comment.
Imagine it screaming at an 8-year-old or wee. Imagine we're at a family. I invite you and Amanda down to my house. We're all having a wee party, and you just start screaming at Anna. Here you wee wank! Like I need to batter you.
She spills Coke or something. I'm like, what are you doing, you wee wank?
First of all, I'm like, what are you saying that for? But then I'm like, I need to kick your cunt in now.
And I'm like, but Ryan, moan. She spilled it on my trainers.
Well, there are good ones out enough.
Kevin snottily says that he wishes he didn't have a family and he doesn't want to see his mother again or anyone else again. He wishes that he never has to see any of you jerks anymore. They're all calling each other jerks.
It's quite right though. You've done nothing for him. On your settle, Kevin. I'm thinking watching this film, looking at my 2 children.
If I was John Hurd, you'd be out in the cold with a comment like that. I'd be like, on you go with it.
As if when you were that age, you weren't getting your mod jib.
I was lovely, man.
Were you? Maybe at this age, it was the teenage years that all went after
when I discovered boobies, I went mental, man.
Aye, maybe that's what happened. Maybe he's seen Uncle Frank's film and just went, oh, tits!
He screams, ah!
He does that thing where he looks at the camera and goes, ah!
In the night outside, we see the wind pick up. It knocks a branch off a tree, severing the phone and power lines with a blast of sparks. Right, okay. Magic exists in Home Alone.
Yeah, it's weird because this is the only scene.
We acknowledge this. Magic exists in this world.
It seems to be either a very weird coincidence, but it is implied that his wish does come true by the magic of Christmas.
It's either that or the Final Destination Reaper.
It is very Final Destination the way this tree hits this branch, and I thought somebody's getting fried here.
That plane's going down.
No,
they're not making it to Paris.
If it was Final Destination, but like, you know that Pesci and Hurt and
Stern.
You know that Pesci and Stern are long dead.
Oh, they wouldn't make it. Next morning, a van driver waits to take the family to the airport. Inside the house, Kev's parents realise that they've slept in due to the power outage. In fast motion, the family gets ready to go. This is a bit daft.
Again, have your suitcases at the door.
I don't think the ramped footage works either, though.
It doesn't. It's not aged very well. I don't know if it's just. No, I think it was a bit old fashioned then.
It
the
doesn't.
sped up footage. It makes it look like an old silent film.
Does it take you to just
Kinda.
a wee bit?
And the music. What's the song?
Benny Hill.
Yeah, I hate all that shit. But one thing I'll say, and we didn't mention it, when Kevin gets sent up to this room in the 3rd floor, this is a pretty sweet loft conversion.
It's a good view. Aye.
It's like it's like a couch bed and it's got this Chicago flag over it. It's one of those like slanted roofs.
Yeah.
This is a cool guy room.
It's a cool guy room.
This is the room you stay up and smoke some weed at. Do you know what I mean? You're older and play Nintendo or whatever it was out back then.
The family members come out when one of the older girls, Heather, counts the head of all the kids. She accidentally counts the neighbour kid.
Oh, this wee kid's amazing.
He's so nosy. It's so funny.
Mitch Murphy's his name. In fact, his name's Mitch Murphy. It's a Chicago name. And he's got the strongest Chicago accent I've ever heard.
Where you going? Going to the airport?
Yeah, what you doing over here? What's this car about? How much horsepower has it got? This is New York. I'm doing it badly.
Is it true Buzz ate Kev's pizza?
This kid knows this
He's
stuff.
held everything. Is Fuller still pissing himself? In a hectic rush, they make it to the airport on time and board their plane to France, and everything's okay.
Absolutely shocking parenting all round. Hold the youngest kid's hand at all times. And plus, see when they're running through the airport, do you notice that the parents at the front and all the Waynes are behind them?
That's weird.
You put the Waynes at the front so you can see them. Like, what the fuck is basic parent?
They could run faster than you, I imagine.
Aye, and also just look at where you're going. And they also just run up this, like, the gate.
Yeah.
They also run up this gate without even looking behind them to see if the Waynes made it on board. And you notice all the parents run into first class and the Waynes are in the back and fucking coach.
Aye.
What does he do for a living? A first class ticket. Was it 4? Because it's him, his wife.
He's paid for the
Frank and his missus.
He's paid for the full thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's 4 first class tickets to Paris from New York direct.
That's 12k right there, maybe.
And there's about 10 Waynes or something like that. 8.
Easily, what, $1,000 each?
That's probably about like $100,000 for this whole trip in total.
He is pure non-fussed. I bet you the whole way there, though, he's like, oh, I am up to my eyeballs in debt, Kate. You don't know how much this is.
This is all on the credit card, man.
And I'm freaking out, Kate. And do you know what, though? At least we can stay at my prayers.
He's like,
Frank talked me into it, Kate.
Kate, have you ever seen Decent Proposal, Kate?
Frank made a proposal, Kate, but it was really cheap and I went for it.
Kate, you're going to have to wank Frank. Not one point. I know they're in a rush, but see, even when you're in the van and you need to drive to the airport, you know, like looking about, being like, here, where's Kevin?
I feel like I'd always turn around and look at my Wayne's faces.
I do that constantly.
Just to see that they exist and they're alive.
Sometimes I'll be holding my kid's hand and I look just to make sure they're still there.
Just that they're there.
Like at all times, and that's just walking from like the school gate to the car, which is like a 10-second walk. I'm pure.
I'd need to believe if I was in a vehicle with them, I'd turn around and look at them from time to time.
Like I've got the rear view mirror set up specifically so it's looking at them, so I can make sure they're alright at all times.
Keeping an eye on the Wayne. They are a wee bit responsible for this, but I'd have left them a noise, a wee dick.
I'd have left you, cunt.
And you are pure in Kev's side.
I'm in Team Kev.
Back at home, Kevin wakes up and heads downstairs whilst we see the plane take off. Uh-oh!
He looks around, realises the place is empty, goes outside, he looks at the garage and sees that the 2 cars are still in the garage, and he says to himself, the cars are still here, so they must not have went to the airport yet. Which is quite a good wee detail.
He turns on the TV. Back on the plane, Kevin's mum chats with his dad. Kevin wanders about the house, calls out to different family members. He even heads down to the basement. The furnace freaks him out.
Yeah, this is a weird thing that didn't really need to be in the movie. He gets scared by the furnace and runs away.
So he conquers his fear later, and we're all scared of that one thing. For me, because of Look Who's Talking, the toilet. Everybody...
Did the toilet scare you?
Briefly after Look Who's Talking.
The front door used to scare me in my parents' house because they done those like glass front doors, so, and we lived in a close.
Shadows.
Aye, so whenever somebody walked in the close, they're going up and downstairs, you would see the shape of their shadow at our front door.
That's freaky, to be fair.
And it was terrifying because I always thought somebody was coming to the door.
Yeah, you're just walking past, like going somewhere, and somebody walks past at the same time, but you're in your... That's creepy, I get that. Totally. I get that. Back inside, he thinks he made his family disappear.
I made my family disappear.
Yeah, and again, it's the only suggestion of actual magic happening in this movie. Man, I would have loved to make my family disappear when I was away.
You're right.
Oh man, it wasn't great. No, it wasn't even that. It's just like, when I had the one telly, I had to watch whatever my dad wanted to watch. I mean, see if he fucked off and I could watch my cartoons. Instead of watching Forrest Gump again.
That's
Dad, I want to watch something else.
You wish you would disappear. Because you've only got the one telly. And I watch my cartoons.
It was always Forrest Gump on. I want to watch
son, you're 23, you need to move out. No, Dad.
It was either that, or like he would watch whatever that shite programme was on a Sunday morning, but
the
it was
Big
Mass.
Break. Did he watch The Big Break?
No, the church show where you're just watching somebody go to Mass.
Songs of Praise?
No, no, that one. No, there was another show. And it was just...
It was only Songs of Praise. They didn't let her ones on.
No, it was on a Sunday morning. It was like a Mass.
Songs of Praise?
No, it wasn't Songs of Praise. It was something else.
Oh, Songs of Praise.
No, it was called like Church Live or something.
No,
It was like a live stream of some mass.
Songs of Praise. Back inside you, Kevin celebrates. He hops on his parents' bed, he eats junk food, and zooms around the house.
This looks like fun, in fairness. Like, imagine you're 8-year-old. This is the exact stuff you would do. Jump on the bed and eat all you want and watch what you want and run a bit mental.
He breaks into his brother Buzzy's secret stash, taking on the firecrackers and chucking out a copy of Playboy. He then uses Buzz's BB gun to shoot action figures down the laundry chute.
This looks fun.
Did we get the picture of the girlfriend at this point?
Yeah, that's in the chest while the rest of it. Poor lassie.
That was my original thought until I saw in the trivia that they thought this would be too mean, so they got a crew member's son to put on a wig and make a face.
Boy dressed up?
Allegedly, it's one of the crew members' kids dressed up.
That's not as bad.
100%.
Because I thought that's just mean. That's just making fun of a wee lassie.
It's just a big joke as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, because of course, because it's Buzz girlfriend, she has to be fat. I think she get braces or whatever.
His reaction's good. I like the or whatever he does.
I like the fact that he throws it over his shoulder and you hear it shattering.
That's funny.
That's pretty funny. Oh man, see when he's eating all this ice cream and he's watching this gangster film.
Angels with filthy souls.
I, for the longest time, assumed that this was a real movie.
It's based off Angels with Dirty Faces with James Cagney.
But I mean, like, this actual scene, I thought this was just ripped from a movie. I didn't realise that this was shot for Home Alone.
So would I have when I was a kid, definitely.
And you would believe it as well.
The performances are great. It's directed like a film noir, and it's
100%.
terrific. They're all great in it. So this has got a violent death scene in which one gangster shoots another. This scares Kevin and he covers his eyes. Really, I think it's unlocked a bloodlust.
Yeah. I also want to correct something I said because I didn't realise it until just now, but a second kind of magical element in this movie, when he sees this and gets fighting, he shouts for his mum, and his mum startles awake on the plane. I don't know if is that a push? That's kind of magical there, that he shouts for his house, she kind of hears it.
It's not in the slightest sort. It's a deliberate cut. It's a sort of, it's not a match cut, but it's a continuing cut, but not at all. No, it's a lovely cut.
Yeah.
This film is put together so well.
Oh, it's so well done.
It is like, a Christmas gingerbread house that's put together beautifully.
Yeah.
And just displayed. Every bit of it is beautiful and perfect.
The length is perfect as well. It doesn't drag too long. All the scenes are concise.
It's funny every other scene.
Yeah.
Like, really funny, and I haven't even mentioned Mr. John Candy yet.
Wait for it, because it's the best part of the movie.
I will say now, top 5 cameos. Performance. It's not even a cameo. This is a character. Top 5 performances.
But what, is it like 4 minutes of screen time or something?
Short it in a day. We'll get there, but just want to. I'm so looking forward to it. I wouldn't even say
top 5. I'm probably number 1. I can't think of getting better.
It's the best. I'm so excited to talk about it. On the plane, it's at night. Kevin's mum tells his father that she has a feeling they forgot something. His dad says he forgot to close the garage, but Kevin's mother says that's not it. Suddenly she realises, shouting, "Kevin!" That's a good Catherine O'Hara.
Thank you. What, shag me?
Oh, what a bit. Back at the McAllister house, Kevin rides a toboggan down the stairs and directly out the door. This is in Chris Columbus's office, and it's signed by the entire cast.
Oh, that's nice.
Pretty cool.
Also, though, this wee cunt would break his neck doing this.
I went down the stairs and out the door.
Did you?
Yeah.
I never had stairs, man. You're a Tory. You've got stairs?
I never had stairs, no. My pal said stairs. I had a flat.
Aye.
I was upstairs, but we had tenement flares. I'd shoot at the door. Outside the McAllister house at night, 2 burglars show up in a van. One of them, Harry, is the fake cop from the first scene. This is the excellent Joe Pesci, who is hilarious as well.
He gets a lot of shit for this performance because of how cartoonish and stuff it is, but you have to be. He totally goes for it, and he's amazing in this. And so is Marv.
Marv and John Candy steal this entire movie.
Yeah.
Daniel Stern in this film is
His physical comedy is unmatched.
He is better than Joe Pesci in this.
Yep.
To me, and
I agree.
You agree with that? Everything he does in this is so excellent, including 2 ad-libs. One of them, I'm assuming we'll get to them.
Yeah.
But the chicken bit, and the bit he says, maybe he's going to kill himself, maybe he's up there committing suicide, is one of the funniest lines
I didn't know that was an ad-lib. That's great.
Ever heard in my life. The thought that this Wayne has just came in, that is so funny. And Marv's just like, maybe he's up there killing himself.
Right, so this is the introduction of the Wet Bandits.
This is the Wet Bandits.
They have tracked the security in all the houses in this block. Joe Pesci is like, okay, their security is going to switch on here, and he points at the house and the lights come on. He's got this street completely mapped out.
He's done due diligence. This is good, man.
They're professionals.
He's a professional.
Nah, well,
and he's brought his pal.
This is the thing. What is the relationship? Like, did they meet each other in prison, or have they been doing this for years together?
It feels like a father figure scenario.
It does, but it feels like Joe Pesci's like definitely the leader, and certainly knows what he's doing. And Marv's just the guy that he sends in to do the dangerous jobs.
Aye.
If they go to rob a house and there's a big dog, he's like, "Oh, Marv, there's a dog. You deal with that."
You love dogs.
Go clap
Okay,
that.
Harry.
I'll get that dog, Harry. You just hear him screaming. Marv, what happened? It got me in the ass, Harry.
Every time he comes crawling out a dog flap, Harry goes, oh.
Not again. Son of a bitch.
I wasn't even trying to burgle that house. I just heard they had a big bully. They go to break into the McAllister house through the basement.
They say crowbars up and they clink crowbars beforehand.
Cute move.
That's cute.
If we were burglars, we could do that.
Let's go burgle some cunt. Is your neighbour in?
We bash them with the crowbars and we just
beat them to death.
And we tap them. And we smile.
Your neighbour's lying there twitching on the ground. Good thing you still got a dog, eh?
And the alarm's like that. And we're just clinking these things, man. Right, should we be called the Wet Bandits?
That's funny, man.
How kill? Because I'm peeing, man.
I'm going to pee on him on oil sleeve for DNA all over it. Police show up, we're still pissing. Must have just drink.
We're the Wet Bandits.
Get it? They immediately just tackle us and arrest us.
This one's got white stuff all over his face. Aye, I was thinking about being called the Sticky Bandit.
Oh,
come here.
You don't even go to jail, you get in a mental institution.
Because we just played with these dead bodies and all sorts, man. We were playing Home Alone.
It's Christmas, fuck's sake.
Daniel Stern was a revelation.
Kevin, sorry to interrupt you, but Kevin has fell asleep watching the Grinch holiday special, the old school one. Sings a song.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. It comes back around, of course.
Oh man, you actually sang it in the sequel.
Who has a smile?
Tim Curry.
That's it, man.
That smile is perfect, man.
He has a beautiful smile, man.
Tim Curry's got an amazing face.
Took a stroke. Is that right, man?
Yeah, had a stroke. He's in a wheelchair now and he can't really move his face, which is a shame because his physical acting is
still incredible with fans. If you get the opportunity, go see him. You are still meeting Pennywise. Fucking Tim Curry. Meet that man. Get a picture with him. He is so great.
Oh, he's one of the best ever. It's just a shame what happened to him. He would still be acting the day. And he was such a weird actor. He was never in anything big or stuff that became cult classics.
He's a guy who could tell you he purposely avoided A-list status, and I would believe him, even though I know that's probably not what happened, but so striking on film.
100%. I mean, Rocky Horror Picture Show, obviously. Home Alone 2, which is probably his biggest role in terms of eyes on it. Do you know what I mean?
Pennywise as well.
But was it very big? Was that a big film?
It was big, man. Remember before that version, we only had that version. the image of him as Pennywise.
Oh, he's It's the front cover of the DVD or the poster.
Great.
Yeah,
As Pennywise.
he puts the light on, as you said. He startles the burglars, and the burglars basically fuck off, and he runs and hides under his bed.
After arriving in France, the McAllisters immediately moved to call home, forcing a French lady away from a payphone.
Typical Americans, man.
So rude, man.
So they're just barging in there and being like, use that phone. By the way, there's this whole bank of phones, and there's about 40 phones here, and she bills as one French lady.
They knew what they were doing.
Aye.
Frank said go for her. Kevin decides to stop being a wimp. He comes out from under the bed. He runs outside yelling, "I'm not afraid anymore!"
Why is he doing this? Even if you weren't afraid, you'd just be like, right, I'm not afraid anymore. You wouldn't go outside and start going, right, use square go.
I'd say, were you talking to me? I'll punch you, wee man.
What, you fucking want some?
I heard what you said to your Uncle Frank, you wee jerk.
Who do you run with? In fairness to him, Marley, obviously spoiler, but turns out to be a nice guy, right? But why isn't he nicer? Like, why isn't he more welcoming?
He's got a tough exterior.
But like, even when Kevin runs into him, he should be like, oh, you're alright, wee man, or like try and calm down, but he just stares at him for a couple of seconds. You would be a bit scared. Why are you staring at us, Wayne? Marley.
I think he's alright, man.
No, he is alright, but all he has to do is be like, don't be scared, or like, it's alright, or something, you're fine, wee man. Instead, he just growls at him for a couple of seconds.
That's just Marley, man.
Oh, you know
You need to know him.
So the mum calls the cops in Chicago. Larry Hankin, is that how you pronounce his name? Is the cop here, Eat the Donut, who is in a ton of stuff. Great character actor. Basically, the cops are not interested in this at all. She's explaining that they've left an 8-year-old boy alone. And they're just going like, is he in any physical danger, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I don't know. They do, I suppose it's supposed to be funny here, where they keep on putting her on hold.
Or transferring her.
This would just be annoying. It doesn't make the Chicago Police Department look good.
No. But when the cop knocks on the door, Kevin's still hiding in bed and won't answer the door. The cop thinks no one's at home.
It's just terrible police work as well. He rattles the door once and just goes, so there's nobody here. Doesn't bother checking the back door, doesn't bother like looking through the letterbox or anything. He literally just rattles the door, waits a couple of seconds and goes on the radio and goes, there's nobody in.
The McAllisters try to find a flight back to America, but everything is booked up until Friday, 2 days from now.
And it ends with the mum basically agreeing to stay at the airport on standby in case a plane, in case it's a cancellation, basically.
They'll let her know if an earlier seat opens up, and she just needs to kick about this airport, like Tom Hanks in the terminal.
Oh man,
it's the worst.
Do you know what? I'm going to admit something here. I used to like that movie. I have now came to my senses, right, and seen the error of my ways. Was that
the dessert to Forrest Gump's main? Can we put it on the terminal? No, the night. No, again.
You're setting different.
That boy loves his terminal. Back at home, Kevin goes through his bathroom routine. He grooms himself. He puts on aftershave and screams.
That's the iconic shot. Everybody knows this. Do you know the thing when I watched this on Disney Plus streaming service, and underneath Home Alone it has all the posters like for the sequels on the things you might be interested in.
What does it go up to?
It goes up to like Home Alone 4, that's the numbered one, but then there's remakes. So it's Home Alone 1, 2, and then 3 with that other boy, and 4 with yet another boy, and then that remake that you were talking about came out a couple of years ago. And from 3 onwards, it's just the kids with their hands over their faces on the poster.
That becomes the thing.
But they're not even Macaulay, so it's just quite sad looking, man.
Part 3's that Max for Liar Liar, or what
That's right, I think it's him, or a kid looks exactly like him.
You better watch, man, or he'll get the claw.
The claw!
See, even if I knew that Wayne and he was your age now, I'd still be chasing him around with the claw.
He must have got that bad in school, man.
Oh, I'd have clawed him a few times, man. Picking his flesh out my fingernails like you and your sister.
See how when the stepdad tries to do it, when Judge Reinhold tries to do the claw?
That is so funny.
And it's pure pathetic, it's just a wee finger.
It's Carrie always, but I don't blame you, man. Judge Reinhold's always a stepdad. If you can't get Carrie, phone Judge.
I'm thinking about Santa Claus with the exact same character.
That's the weenie whistle you're thinking about.
The weenie whistle, that's exactly what it is. Aye.
George Reinhold's great, man. Kevin attempts to climb shelves in Buzz's room, causing the whole thing to collapse.
These are some shoddily put together shelves.
This dark can afford better shelves. Kevin accidentally sets free
This spider, this big tarantula.
big tarantula.
What's your thoughts on spiders? You a spider guy or do you hate them?
I was terrified of spiders as a kid. There was a girl, I do not remember her name in primary, who said she had a tarantula and she was going to bring it in and eat me.
Oh man, that would fuck with you.
This tarantula wanders off out of shot. We kind of see it from time to time. It's cute from this moment on.
Cute. The movie does a good job of reminding you that it exists without overdoing it. But even that famous shot where Kevin's putting aftershave on and he screams, you see it walking past under the toilet seat.
Yeah, it's presented as a threat eventually. Apparently, tarantulas are like the greatest pets in the world, and if you're into that, you should adopt one. Apparently, they're amazing.
I've heard that. It's not for me.
Not for me, but I know people do, and that's amazing. Apparently, they're the absolute most beautiful little companions. Outside, he notices someone is in a neighbour's house. He thought they went to Florida.
And then he just shrugs and goes, oh well. He goes to this shop and buys a toothbrush.
It was the burglars, Ryan.
It was the Wet Bandits. Because we see them later on in the house playing with all the toys and that. So when Joe Pesci's under this tree playing with the train set.
Yo, you feel sorry for them a wee bit eventually.
The Wet Bandits?
A wee bit. They're no, they are.
Oh no.
They've took too many paint cans to the coop already.
Aye, they're definitely not all there.
While they're looting the house, Kevin's dad leaves a message on the neighbour's answering machine. Marv hears it and realises the family's in Paris.
They plan on robbing the place tonight.
I think the film does a really good job of attempting to show you the parents try to do everything they could. I think that's cool, Ryan, yeah.
It does after the fact, but they did not do everything they could at the beginning.
Kevin goes to a local store to buy a toothbrush. This is the first scene that was shot for the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't much care for this scene. I think it's cute that he's like, he's asking if it's approved, the toothbrush is approved by the American Dental Association and it's funny and stuff. But also, like, we've worked in retail. See, when a kid asks you a question like that, you just lie. Aye, mate, it is.
Aye, I'm just off the phone with them.
We used to work pretty exclusively with children, didn't we? Like, in our job. The amount of lies I told when somebody would ask me a daft question. Is that a dinosaur real? Aye, mate.
Whatever's quicker, mate.
Whatever you want it to be is the answer.
Old man Marley shows up. Kevin is terrified and runs away.
Still holding the toothbrush, yep.
Yep, he steals this toothbrush accidentally. A clerk chases after him.
No, not a clerk. Did you see the shot this wee boy got? Jimmy, his name is. He got a name and he got this pure hero shot.
Jimmy!
She goes, Jimmy! And the camera pans around him and it's like fucking Steven Seagal walks into the room and then she's like, get that boy! And this wee narc bitch pure runs after him. See if I worked in that shop and a wee boy stole a toothbrush and somebody went, get him, I'd be like, no man, let him go.
So, as the security guard, I wouldn't chase MD over what are we talking, $1.50?
For a toothbrush, and plus it's a Wayne, you're just like, to let him go.
Kevin eludes this security guard, sliding through an ice skating rink on his knees at high speed.
Again, what a wee narc though, like, so the security guard chases him out the shop, Kevin runs away, instead of just giving up, he goes out to the police. Hey, shoplifter! Leave the boy alone.
The cop chases after Kevin, but falls in the process.
Kevin slides on his knees and goes under all these skaters. So the Wet Bandits. Joe Pesci's in this van and he's waiting for Marv. And Marv's too busy stuffing all these sinks with rags and then filling them up and flooding all these houses. And then he comes out to the truck pure laughing maniacally. And Pesci's like, "What, you done it again, didn't you?" Even Pesci thinks this is fucked.
He thinks it's sick and... Man,
he's right.
That is brutal, by the way.
That is a horrible, horrible thing. And it's weird because you would think the roles would be reversed and Pesci would be the more brutal one because he's Joe Pesci and his characters in previous movies, but
It's just the idea that
not only is he robbing these people, but he wants to flood their houses.
but he thinks it's funny.
It's hysterical. And do you notice he's got trophies? He's got these wee snow globes and he uses his chewing gum to stick them onto the dashboard.
He honestly will think about this person's house flooded, soaking wet later and laugh.
And just laugh himself to sleep. And even Pesci is like, that's fucked up, man. What'd you do that for? That's sick.
That is messed up, man.
It's so messed up. It's really
He's
a really
a
dark element to
sociopath.
this movie. He's a total sociopath. He's like, it's our calling card. We're the wet bandits. And then they nearly hit Macaulay here. The truck stops right at his face and he screams.
They tell him to be more careful and wish him a Merry Christmas. Kevin notices Harry's gold tooth.
Yep. And he immediately clocks who it is and starts shaking himself. Harry doesn't like the way he's looking at him. And then they decide to follow him in this van.
Just following this Wayne in this big van.
This is fucked, man.
Kevin notices the van and starts to run. He evades the robbers by hiding in the nativity display of a church. That is a good move.
Very slick.
Very
Good hiding.
slick. He vows to be ready when these guys come up. He's realised they are the robbers. Pretty smart for an 8-year-old, I think.
Oh, talking about smart for an 8-year-old, the way he does this house up in this next scene is so elaborate. Even as a kid watching this movie, I'm like, he couldn't have organised all this himself.
No.
There's a lot going on here. He's got puppets, he's got marionettes going on, he's got this train set, he's got animatronics, mannequins. Where's he getting these mannequins for?
Kev has orchestrated a fake party in the house with a cardboard cutout of Michael Jordan and a mannequin in the windows. It tricks Marv and Harry and they leave. It's really funny. It's a great little animation he's done.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, that's not the first MJ that's been singing about his house.
In France, the McAllisters, except the mum who's at the airport, are watching It's a Wonderful Life in French, and they look bored.
You can tell they're in Paris because right behind them's Eiffel Tower.
Oh man.
Don't need that shot, do you?
Shocking. Boys says he's not worried about Kevin. He gives this really stupid reason why.
And he acts stupid. He's like, I'll give you 3 reasons. And he says 1, and then he says, I'll give you 3 reasons, and he says A, such and such, 2, such and such, and then D, such and such, because he's a big idiot. But basically, his final reason, I think he says, we live in the most boring street in America where nothing ever happens. That's his way of saying this is a white neighbourhood, we're alright.
Back at home, Kev orders a pizza.
This same pizza guy is the worst again. I've got a problem with this scene. Not with the scene in general, but basically the pizza guy shows up, again hits this statue. Terrible pizza delivery driver. Kevin uses the movie and these firecrackers to basically intimidate this pizza guy and fuck with him so he doesn't have to give him change. Why does he do this?
I would be like, why have you turned the telly up and flung fireworks at me?
That's another thing. Like, I get it's a kid's movie and it's like, shut up and enjoy the movie. I get that, but like, you'd be like, oh man, they've got the telly up pure loud.
Why
You wouldn't for a second think this is real.
Why are they being rude and they've turned their telly up? So that will never work from now until the end of time. Maybe
it's because of this movie, though. Like, you think back before this was a thing in this movie, that trick might have worked on you.
No. You
Even
still
in,
have ears capable of being able to tell that sounds like a stereo.
and it's like, nobody talks like this. Speaking like 1940s Chicago gangsters, are not even talking like modern gangsters.
It is a stupid scene a wee bit.
Yeah.
And it's great, but it is stupid.
And why does he do it to the pizza delivery guy? Because I thought that he was doing it to get free pizza, to scare the guy off so he can steal the pizza without paying him. But he does pay him.
Is it to test it?
Maybe it's a tester. Maybe he's just bored. He's just fucking with this kid.
But that pizza guy could have phoned the police.
Well, this is my biggest problem with the
If he
scene. It's
thought
like,
it was a weapon.
if somebody if you're a pizza delivery boy and you go to deliver a pizza and you hear a shootout, or what you think's a shootout, because he thinks it is, he runs away, he falls over this trash can, he sprints to his car and drives away. The first thing you do is contact the police and be like, there's a shooter at this house. Like, it doesn't make any sense why the police don't go and investigate again.
It is open-ended, that one, I agree. At the airport in Paris, Kevin's mum tries to bribe an elderly American couple with her watch and jewellery to let her take their seats.
She sells everything to them. She's like, look at these earrings. She's like, the woman says, is that a Rolex? She's like, do you think it is? Kind of thing, which is funny. And she's like, who can tell? She tries to, man, she's ready to sell herself.
Catherine O'Hara.
Like, you'd be buying.
Mother mode is beautiful in this movie.
Too little, too late, Catherine O'Hara.
No, it is not.
It is.
When it kicks in, she is so urgent and she just needs her boy, man, and it's beautiful.
She feels guilty. It's not that she needs her boy, it's that she knows she's fucked up, and if the social find out, she's done for.
Alright.
And if they start digging around her affairs, they'll find out what her husband does for a living. And then
he's not coming back from Paris.
The whole tower collapses. He went to Paris to like disappear. He's like, fuck, I've left the boy, now it's going to be... He's made a mess of the whole situation.
And then 6 months later, brother Carlos shows up with a moustache. It's him. At home, Kevin watches TV and feels lonely. He's
watching Carson?
He is watching Carson.
So you know it's late at night? That's quite a good wee detail. He looks at this picture of his family and you see that he's starting to miss them now.
The next morning, Kevin lip syncs White Christmas and burns his face with aftershave, screaming again.
Then we see him at this grocery store. This is quite a cute scene where he's talking to the clerk here. He uses this coupon to buy orange juice or something that he found in the paper. She starts asking him all these questions. I'm like,
why is she so...
Back off.
What is this about?
Do you think she... Well, I guess she's from the point of view is like, it's weird to see an 8-year-old do all this shopping.
I'd be like, that's none of my business.
I would be kind of like, that's kind of cool, man. This wee guy's like quite a sensible wee shopper.
Would you want to kick about with him?
No, that's weird, man. They say I'm not going to do that anymore.
Can we get tattoos, Kev?
He's sharp, wee Kevin, man. He's
Smart.
ready to be questioned because he's quick-witted. He's got the answers like that. She asks him where he lives and he says, I can't tell you because you're a stranger. And she looks a wee bit raging, but I'm like, good job, Kevin. It's a good answer.
She pure wants to kick about with Kevin or no?
She does, man. She's like, why go get tattoos? He's like, why did grown-ups ask me
so
this?
Why you one of the necklaces, but we'll get it in freeze to say best friend forever. Me, you and your pal Rido. As he walks home, the grocery bags break.
Falls out of them. I like the way he spikes Silencio. He just looks at the camera and goes, ugh.
When he gets home, he does the laundry in the basement. The furnace freaks him out again, but he gets over his fear, realising...
He tells it to shut up.
He just says, shut up! Shut up!
Does his voice do that?
Shut up! Outside, Harry and Marv are back. Harry orders Marv to check out the house and see if anyone's really home.
Marv just sits in the car for a wee minute, and then Joe Pesci's looking at him, and he's just like, what now? Like, yeah, now! He yells at him, it's really funny.
Kevin notices Marv trying to break in, and he flips on the Angels with Filthy Souls VHS.
And then just does the exact same thing he done to the Pizza Delivery guy. But Marv freaks the fuck out. He jumps behind these trash cans and like commando crawls back to the van. He jumps back in, he's just like, somebody just got blown away.
See, when he's describing what happened, he's like, I think one of them's called snakes.
And Harry's like, snakes, I don't know any snakes. And Marv goes, he sounded like a snake.
Harry wants to wait to see if they can see who committed the murder in case they end up getting questioned about it.
That's quite smart.
Meanwhile, Kevin's mother arrives in the United States, in Scranton, PA, to be specific. She's been relayed there from Dallas after leaving Paris. She's trying to get a flight to Chicago, where the McAllisters are from.
My uncle used to love going to Glasgow Airport and just watching the planes. He was like, I guess like a train spotter, but he was a plane watcher.
That's lovely, I love that.
Him and Matty have passed away and they were like the best people I ever knew. But anyway, they used to take me to the airport all the time. And like, when I say go to the airport, we didn't actually go into the airport, but just sit at the car park and just watch the planes.
I love it, yep.
Every now and then we would go in, obviously not through security, but we would go into the wee bit, because there was like some shops and that, obviously, when you first go in.
You used to be able to get a lot more access to Glasgow Airport.
It used to be a big catwalk you could walk along and look out this big, like full-size windows, and you could see the runway and the tarmac. You used to see the planes take off, and he loved it, man.
The airline can't get her a seat, but a guy named Gus Polinski steps up.
That's right.
Mr. John Candy.
We need to talk about it. You said it was on your top 5 cameos of all
This
time.
is top 5.
It might be number 1 for me. I can't think of a better one. Everything John Candy does in this film is funny. Even when he's not talking. See when he pulls Catherine O'Hara aside and says, Gus Polinski, and he just pauses and looks at her as if he's expecting her to know who he is, and she's just looking at him like, what?
It's the polka polka.
Yeah, and he pauses and he goes, Polka King of the Midwest, and he pauses again, and she's just looking at him like, what the fuck?
He keeps doing these wee smirks though, as if...
And he keeps on doing that with his shoulders as if, come on, you know who I am. And he rattles off all these song titles that you know that he just made up off the top of his head.
John Candy had it all. He
breathed funny.
Adorable.
Yep.
Hilarious. Charming. His humour made him so handsome as well. He had it all.
He could be serious, like seeing Planes Trains, but he needs to be serious, like he can make you cry. He was amazing.
He was amazing. And it is so sad we lost him so young.
I can't believe it.
It is so sad we lost him so young.
Him and Chris Farley.
I wouldn't have... He probably would have ended up doing trash, I know that. But
Probably, but it would have had so much gold in there.
An old man Candy, could you imagine that big guy? Cute, probably working with like Will Ferrell from time to time.
Totally.
Tina Fey would be so great, man. Showing up in like Saturday Night Live and stuff. This is a reunion with Catherine O'Hara, much like Eugene Levy. Second City Television, we spoke about that with Eugene Levy, I think, in American Pie.
We might have mentioned it, yeah.
Amazing TV show. If you can find it, watch it. It is hilarious. He leads this polka band and he invites her to travel with the polka band in a rental van since they're headed to Milwaukee. Chicago is on the way and they can drop her off. Back in Chicago, Kevin leaves his house and Harry and Marv spot him cutting down a pine tree in his yard. As he decorates the tree, Harry looks in the window. Kevin sees Harry reflected in an ornament and yells for his dad, trying to freak Harry out.
Harry's not buying it though.
He knows it's a trick and he knows Kevin's home alone.
He says that I'm assuming this was in the trailer of this scene because he turns around to Marv and very particularly goes, he's home alone.
Marv goes, that's the name of the film that we're in?
Shut up, Marv.
No. Kevin hears Harry and Marv talking outside, saying they'll be back to rob the house at 9 p.m. On her way home, Kevin's mum rides in the van with the polka band, which is playing Christmas songs, and we get...
He's trying to give us a tuba, but what's he's playing? A wind instrument of some kind? A trumpet?
The big horns.
Whatever, he's playing some sort of, wind instrument. He offers it to Catherine O'Hara, and she's like, "Nah, I'm alright." And he keeps he's trying to give it to her.
She's honestly like, "No, that's ridiculous. You're asking," but she's trying to be polite.
Yeah,
and it's great. I love all of this. I really like
it's
all of this.
Easily the best part in the movie. Best part in any movie.
Kevin heads to a local Christmas display with a fake elf and Santa.
Oh man, that's pure scumbag Santa. Is hilarious.
He is minging, man.
I feel bad for the guy because, even though he's a pure down and out Santa driving this wee banger of a car, he tries to be nice to Kevin, and he's in some quite solid.
In his own way,
he tries his hardest. What do you think he's up to? See when Kevin comes up to me, he's like, "Come on, make it quick." Santa's like for a little get together. Do you think he's got some poon on the go?
Bang.
A gang bang.
It's a gang bang. He's
I think it's all the other Santas. I think they'll meet up on Christmas Eve
and just
get their beards all ringing.
You just, I can taste what you just said. Kevin believes the imitation Santa works for the real Santa and asks him to tell Santa to give him his family back. If I was this guy, I'd be like, what?
The guy is pretty funny. This actor is pretty funny because he says, tell Santa that I don't want any presents this year. I just want a family back. And I'm like, oh fuck man, it's an orphan.
On his way home, Kevin sees a happy family getting ready for Christmas together.
And he's all sad.
He goes to church. Old man Marley sits next to him, wishing him a Merry Christmas. This scene's lovely.
Man, I don't want to ruin it, but I've wrote, he visits a Catholic church, the only place more dangerous than Michael Jackson's house. At least everyone's got a roller coaster. See the way Cartman loves it. It's like when Mr. Jefferson comes to South Park and Cartman's just loving it.
Apart from this scene, they're in bed and he's like, yeah.
Seriously. Come with me, Mr. Jefferson.
No, you're being ignorant. No.
Oh, when his face just starts falling off.
Oh, and the nose comes off at the end. It's like
amazing.
He goes to the church and old man Marley sits next to him wishing him a Merry Christmas.
This is a beautiful scene.
It's a lovely scene. Kevin looks scared at first, but Marley tells him that there are silly rumours going around among the kids in the neighbourhood about him. And it turns out he's just a really nice old man.
Yeah, it explains the situation with his family, saying that him and his son fell out, so he doesn't have a family. They have this really nice conversation. However, question I want to ask you, what was the argument with his son all about?
I don't know. I think he watched The Wife in the Bath.
Well, you were saying it's a psycho situation where he's got a wee people.
I think he's got a wee people.
See,
but it's the size of a plate.
He's just he's got a chin rest for it.
You know how people put decorative plates up? One, he put them in the bathroom. That's weird. Because he fucked the hole, man. It's too big a hole, so you just see this old guy looking. He's just here to see his granddaughter sing in the choir. It's cute, man.
It's cute. I'm still stuck in what he done though. Because I'm thinking like later on in the movie when we see his son, I'm like, is his son with another guy? And Marley's a big homophobe? Or is his son wife black or something like that? Do you know what I mean?
Don't apply real life. Awful.
But the way he says we had a big argument, I told him I never want to see him again. I'm like, he came out the closet and Marley didn't react very well. Or something like that.
That is too real for Home Alone ride, oh man.
I'm just saying, what's this big argument about? Because it must have been a big one.
That's ridiculous. He watched his wife in the bath. Kevin explains how he conquered his fear of the basement, urging Marley to conquer his fear of contacting his son. I would be like, is this wee prick just said going down to the basement is like me trying to reconnect with my son after watching his wife in the bath?
You don't know anything, Kevin.
Kevin, shoot, I was commenting on our loofing technique.
You need to scrub it up. You need to get it more soaky.
Marley seems uncertain, but he says he'll see what will happen. Before they leave, they shake hands. That is a lovely scene.
Yeah, it's really nice. I know we ruined it there, but this is a really good... And it's Macaulay Culkin really acting his arse off here, man.
He's a really... There's Precocious and there's Macaulay Culkin. He had an old head on his shoulders. Mm-hmm. He was good. Kevin races home and prepares for the burglars.
Oh man, he gets all tooled up here. The music starts. This is like that iconic music where he's getting all the house prepared.
He crafts an elaborate series of booby traps. He maps it all out. He done this map himself. I think it looks incredible.
Are you kidding me on?
He did this himself, apparently.
That's weird that you said that, because I remember seeing the map today, or yesterday when I was watching the movie, and being like, that does not get a kid's handwriting.
It is beautiful, man.
This is a bit of art. I would have this in my house.
I would hang this. It adds so much to the movie.
If they had like the original screen, like see this actual prop, if they've still got it and they sold it like an auction house, man, I'd buy this.
I'd get this. That's artwork.
Movie history as well.
Absolutely. There are toy cars to slip on, ice in the steps, a flaming hot doorknob, a nail on one of the stairs, and a fan ready to coat a burglar in feathers, and more. It's like a game of mousetrap, just with everything ready to kill you.
I mean, this is far too elaborate. I know this is like, I know it's a film and shut up and watch it. How does he know how to deal with this, man? He's 8 years old and he is tooled up.
The only thing he's missing is the barrel of lime, man. He needs to dissolve these bodies after he's done all this to them.
Do you think maybe that's what's in the bath?
Probably.
In the bathtub, he's just got that acid for Breaking Bad.
You just get this shot of wee Macaulay Culkin standing on a bucket because he's too wee with this big king stirring it, and it's just these two skeletons.
That would be amazing.
Bubbling.
That would be fucking amazing. Then you get Marley looking through the window. What are you doing?
And Marv's still alive. A wee bit. So help!
Oh, he looks at the bad guy for RoboCop.
Kevin says grace and is about to eat a microwavable macaroni and cheese dinner but the clock strikes 9 and the burglars arrive. How is
These
he not watching the clock for about 8, man?
100%. He knows that they're coming at 9, and that's when he decides to start eating his dinner.
You should have rattled that mac and cheese
And
at
it's
8.
really annoying he doesn't even get a bite yet. Like, he literally... He's just about to eat it, and then the clock goes, and he doesn't even take a bite. That's just a waste of mac and cheese.
I would have ate it on the walk.
Aye.
Is
You
it
just shove
piping
down-
hot, do you think?
Aye,
It's probably
in the
piping
microwave
hot,
in the
man.
90s, man. These
That'll
things were
get you,
lethal.
like, and you're stuck with that burnt roof mouth feeling.
Oh, that lasts for about a week as well.
Taking on burglars and you're picking bits of skin off
No,
you.
he done the right thing, no eating it.
I think he done the right
He should have
thing.
eaten it earlier. Is what
He
he should
could have
done.
ate it with like a strawberry milk,
That would have worked.
but you don't want to be on a boot full of strawberry milk and mac and cheese.
I know, I would get because your stomach would start getting all sore. You get a stitch, maybe.
You'd honestly be better with a banana or something in you.
Aye, that widens the stomach, doesn't it?
Kevin pumps his BB gun and waits. This is cool.
These burglars, like if nothing else, are punctual because they get here at 9 on the dot.
That's cause of Harry, because Marv can't tell the time, man.
I know, but see when he says we'll come around at 9 o'clock, like the back of 9, what difference does it make? But they're like 9 o'clock, no 8:55. That's weird. We need to be here right on 9 o'clock.
Harry and Marv knock on the door, claiming they're Santa and an elf.
It's pretty funny.
Through the dog door, Kevin shoots Harry in the crotch.
This would hurt like a motherfucker. A BB
That-
gun to the dick hole.
Would be...
That'd be it for me. I'd be
You would be at the doctors with that. That would bruise bad.
That's no wins for you.
I mean, it's probably best Marv, doesn't he?
I think is Marv Harry's Wayne? I wouldn't be surprised if there's a
It
subplot here
could be this.
where it's a father and son.
Imagine at the end he's just like, Dad.
That'd be amazing. I'd love that. This is where Joe Pesci does the very now infamous noises. The
Allegedly, this
yeah,
was...
I've heard the trivia too. This
Joe
is he done
Pesci-
this so that he couldn't curse.
He did it because he kept swearing. And there's some scenes they had to cut short audio-wise because he did swear. One shit is went through the soundtrack because Daniel Stern gets away with it.
He drops his shoe when he puts his shoe
It's
through
a
the door.
shoe scene,
He goes, shit.
and that
Picks
gets
up.
away with it. It's even in the
It's in the subtitles.
subtitles. I saw that myself.
Yeah.
Marv puts his head through the door, and Kevin shoots him between the eyes.
he says hi, and he shoots him right in the face. This is hilarious. Again, this would hurt like fuck.
Marv, again, is the guy we need all the initial reactions from. It was initially going to be Daniel Roebuck. I don't know if you know Daniel Roebuck.
I know the name. What's
Remember the guy that blows up in Lost? He holds a dynamite.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
season
yeah.
1.
Mhm.
He's a recognisable character actor, but this would have changed his life entirely. So
But
it's,
it didn't really change Daniel Stern's life, did it?
I mean, at Gotham City Slickers, they did change his life.
Yeah,
Money-wise, financially.
Oh yeah, it's probably set up for a while.
Remember, Daniel Stern's a star at this point. Wonder Years is,
I
2-3 seasons deep. Like, he
Yeah.
is a known entity.
I don't know if you want to go through this scene by scene, because I've just written the greatest hits of what happens here.
I've kind of went with the greatest hits.
So I've wrote air rifle to the nuts, these patient sound effects, air rifle to Marv's head. They both fall on icy steps. Marv gets an iron to the head.
They both crash at the bottom of the stairs, leading to the basement entrance.
Yeah. Daniel Stern trying to stand up straight here is so funny, trying to get his footing.
It's such a great gag. The camera's static the whole time.
Yeah, but it's just
whilst
like a sort of bird's eye view on him, isn't it?
he's animated. It's excellent.
The way he's
Chris
pulling
Columbus.
himself up.
Harry tries to mount the stairs, falling a second time, whilst Marv struggles to even get up. Using a crowbar, Marv tries to open the door before realising that it's unlocked.
The way he just swings open and he walks in, and it looks about, and it's a really good trap by Kevin, because this wee kid is sadistic enough to give them a false sense of security here.
He enters the basement and tries to turn on a light, but the light cord is actually attached to a clothes iron, which flies down the laundry chute and smashes him in the head.
It's hilarious, but also, and I know this has been talked about to death in a
Oh, he's
million
dead.
podcasts,
He's dead.
this kills you.
He's dead.
If not, it gives you a severe concussion.
It's brain damage at least.
Yeah.
The mark that he's got on his face.
For the rest of the movie, this triangle iron sign that is so hilarious.
Harry forces his way to the top of the steps.
He puts his hand on this doorknob and he burns it, and it's so funny. He moves back blowing on it and he falls again and he lands in the snow and you hear his hand sizzling. Oh, that's a 3rd-degree burn.
I mean, you are peeling skin off.
He's been branded because it looks like his hand. He's got the M for McAllister.
So
also, how expensive is this doorknob that you've got a personalised doorknob?
And the evidence which does come back, it's your ghost.
Yeah, and that comes back in the sequel. Yeah, in the second one, he's got the M.
That's impressive. That
yeah, I like that.
Climbing up the stairs inside the basement, Marv loses his shoes on the sticky towel that Kevin spread
Both
on the
shoes
stairway.
And both socks. See, if I took one step and realised it's tar, I'm taking my foot off and trying a different way. He keeps on going though, up these tar steps, and this is disgusting, man. And then he steps and he puts his foot in this fucking rusty nail. Get tetanus.
With his bare foot, he steps on this rusty nail and falls back down the stairs. It looks so painful.
This movie's super violent. Obviously, it's not got blood in it, so it gets away with it being cartoonish, but like, if this is real, there's like broken teeth, everybody's gushing of blood, his foot's all pierced, and it's it's going to be all infected as well.
Harry heads back to the kitchen entrance and opens the door. It's unlocked, but tied to a blowtorch, which burns the top of his head.
The scream is iconic.
He charges back in, tearing off the blowtorch.
Before he does that though, he dives head first into the snow, and you hear his head sizzling again, and he steps up and is like smoking. I'm sorry, man, but that's like, he needs to go to the hospital. A blowtorch hits you in the head, that's that, game over, you're dead.
They've both experienced too much at this point.
And they're not even in the door yet, and already, man, I'd be dead. I would be long dead.
Harry exits the basement and goes back outside, where he decides to climb in through a window.
And he steps on these jagged decorations. Again, mirror this feet torture. It's like something that I saw. It's pretty horrific to watch, man. As a kid, I loved this, but see, as an adult watching it, I'm like, oh, you bastard.
Oh, you know too many Lego on your feet by this point.
Oh,
it's the worst.
Nothing worse. That or a plug.
Harry runs through a booby trap that coats him in glue and then covers him in feathers, blown at him by a fan.
This is funny, but it actually doesn't do it to physically hurt him or stop him. It's just kind of distracting for
I'm happy I get to see him tarred and feathered.
I know, it's funny, but what I mean is like, all the other traps so far by Kevin have been meant to slow them down or like impale them or murder them, but this is just kind of embarrassing.
I like it.
He just wants to humiliate him, this wee fuck.
Marv enters the window. Still without his shoes, he hurts his feet by stepping on the Christmas ornaments. Heading towards upstairs staircase, the two burglars meet up, then promptly slip on toy cars. When they get up, Kevin smacks them with paint cans tied to string, knocking them over. Harry loses his gold tooth.
And he's raging, man. He turns into a hockey and he realises he's not got his tooth anymore. He's like, I'll kill him. He says, I'll rip his gonads off and melt them in motor oil. That's some threat to make to an 8-year-old boy.
See if Percy said that to me, I would be out the country within an hour. Kevin calls the police, telling them he's being robbed, though he does give them the neighbour's address since he plans to run over to that house. Marv almost catches Kevin as Kevin runs up the attic. He grabs onto Kevin's pant leg, but Kevin spots Buzz's tarantula and puts it on Marv's face.
This scream,
man. The tarantula crawls onto Harry and Marv smashes him with a crowbar.
It's so funny as well the way he does it, because he's got the crowbar and he's like looking at it and he's like in this weird trance, because Harry's like, Marv, what are you doing? He's like, shh.
Don't do it, Marv, don't do it.
He just lifts it above his head, just smacks him. Does it get him in the balls?
It's so good. Thankfully, the spider gets out of there.
Yeah, but you see the spider on the way. It shows you the shot of the spider being fine, which is good. It's really funny when Pesci stands up and rips the crowbar off and just goes, "How do you like it, huh?" And just starts whacking him.
Kevin, I loved this as a kid, the escape scene. Kevin zip lines from the attic to his treehouse.
This is total Bart Simpson bullshit in it, man.
It's cool still, I think.
Oh no, it is cool, but like that couldn't happen. There isn't. Nobody's got a treehouse as cool as this, man.
You seen this house? I bet he's got a 3-tier treehouse.
Probably has like butlers that fucking build it for him. He's got a wee Richie Richus.
The dashes everything in there, man, because
Aye,
he
the
doesn't
treehouse,
care
like-
about Kevin, really.
Remember in Mr. Nanny? Where the guy...
Yes.
Well, like they try to kidnap the dad, and he's got the microchip or whatever the fuck it is, the MacGuffin is stashed in the Wayne's doll. Remember? And his daughter's doll. This is what the dad keeps the drugs in Kevin's house.
I get Mr. Nanny confused with Suburban Commando.
It's the same
all
film,
the
don't worry
time.
about it.
Suburban Commando's Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, that's right. Mr.
We've
Nanny.
established in this episode Christopher Lloyd will date anything. Do you remember the S Club 7 series? The S Club 7 Junior series? Christopher Lloyd.
Was he in that?
He was in the Thingy Dream.
Wow.
I remember in 2004 going, is that fucking Doc Brown himself?
That's mental that he was in that.
For the full season. Kevin ziplines from the attic to his treehouse. Harry and Marv try to climb along the line to reach him. Kevin uses hedge clippers to cut the line.
The way Pesci sees it, Harry sees it and he's like, go back. And they both face plant off this woman. It's like a cartoon guy. If it was a cartoon, they would like go flat like Roadrunner.
It is a cartoon.
It is, yeah, it's a big cartoon.
Home Alone 1 and 2 is a cartoon. Kevin rushes over to the neighbour's house, which turns out to have been flooded by Harry and Marv when they robbed it. Kevin makes his way through the neighbour's wet basement, but the burglars, wising up, intercept him at the stairs.
This scene's quite scary. So they pick him up and they put him on this hook, and they basically just go through all these things they're going to do to him.
Harry says he's going to bite.
Harry says he's going to start off by biting all his fingernails off. I'm like, whoa.
He did take...
This is ad-libbed.
He did take a bite and left him with a wee scar, apparently.
He bit me, Collie.
You know Papa Culkin just puts his horn out to Pesci and goes, that'll be $50. You mark him, you pay.
Oh, that's got dark connotations as well, man.
His life's got dark connotations.
That's true, aye.
Fortunately, old man Marley sneaks up on the burglars from behind and uses his weapon.
His signature shovel.
The shovel, he smashes these skulls.
This is great, man.
Mere brain damage, man.
Oh, these guys are out the game. Like, I wish that in the sequel, they're just like completely fucked and they don't remember it. They're in a hospital the whole movie.
And he just terrorises them.
He visits them in the hospital and he's like, I'm going to fuck with you. Like, he starts messing with their morphine and all that.
Putting up a layer at his face, see how long he can go.
He doesn't kill him though, he pulls it up just at the last minute. He's like, I can get you anytime I want.
And with Marv, he goes, I'm going to kill you each time and bring you back. He just he poisons him and he's got the defibrillator and brings him back each time.
That's hilarious.
If you saw Flatliners, old man Marley rescues Kevin and sends him home. The cops arrive and arrest Marv and Harry, noting that they know every house Harry and Marv hit since the burglars flooded them.
It's really funny as well. He's like, and Marv, when he shut up, he's like, remember, we're the wet bandits. W-E-T.
Just incriminating themselves even further.
And Pesci's telling him to shut up. It's really funny. And then they get taken away.
Harry looks back at Kevin with this look.
Murderous intent. And Kevin smiles at him and waves as if
I wouldn't sleep again.
He's going to hunt this. That's the thing. In the sequel, they seem to have forgot about Kevin until they bump into him. Because it's very convoluted.
Doesn't it make sense?
They escape a Chicago prison in a fish truck that apparently originates in I don't know. Makes no sense. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
They need to bring these ingredients together.
And the fact that they just meet each other by bumping into each other in I'm sure the busiest city in the world. They just bump into each other at a traffic light, remember?
Aye. To be fair, I met a guy from Canvas lying outside the Ghostbusters fire station. Back in the van with the poker band, Kevin's mum worries that she's a bad parent. Gus comforts her by talking about what terrible dads all the band members are.
He points out, he says Joe forgets his kids' names sometimes. The other guy whose name I didn't write down hasn't even met his kids. It says this other guy, I think sometimes his kids wish they didn't know him or something like that. And then he tells this story about his kid. He says, well, make mistakes.
Joe, you want to talk about bad parents? Look at us. I mean, we're on the road 48, 49 weeks out of the year. We hardly see our families. Joe over there, gosh, he forgets his kids' names half the time. Ziggy over there, he's never even met his kid. Eddie. Let's just hope none of them write a book about him.
Tell me, have you ever gone on vacation and left your child home?
No. But I did leave one at a funeral parlor once. Yeah, it was terrible, too. I was all distraught and everything, the wife and I. We left the little tyke there in the funeral parlor all day. All day. We went back at night when we came to our senses, and there he was. Apparently he was there alone all day with a corpse. Now, he was okay, after 6, 7 weeks. And I came around, started talking again. But he's okay. They get over it. Kids are resilient like that.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about this.
You brought it up. I was just, trying to cheer you up.
Sorry, I did.
It's as though it was written and perfected over multiple scripts.
But I don't think it was. I think
It
this is
wasn't.
off the top, man.
Chris Columbus and John Hughes they do not like geeking off the script. And the only one allowed to ad-lib was Mr. John Candy.
And it's genius. And quite right, like, not everybody should, because some people aren't capable of doing it.
They're trying
Chemistry is unreal.
to bond, but they snark at each other at the end, and it's just... Catherine O'Hara the whole time is trying to keep her lid on this and give her performance.
And she does somehow. I don't know how
she
manages
does, but
it.
in the eyes...
And I can tell she's totally away with it.
Struggling.
But she is...
She's doing this because the grin is the sellotape keeping this. These are two people that know each other. And I think to have been there to watch that would have just been mind-blowing, honestly.
That would have been the best day on set.
One of the best scenes in any film ever. It's Christmas!
This house is spotless. Despite all the chaos that happened in the house before. How's he cleaned up these jaggy things? How's he managed to get rid of all the ice on the stairs? How's he cleaned up the tar? How'd you even clean tar?
How'd you get the blood out?
There would be blood and guts
There
everywhere.
would be blood everywhere.
Jangle Marley's got a guy. He calls in the wolf.
Kevin wakes up and rushes downstairs, hoping Santa gave him his family back.
This house as well. It's a white Christmas. This house is covered in snowman. It's a beautiful shot. This is a proper movie house. This is the dream. Although no houses in real life actually look like this.
The polka band drops Kevin's mum off, and she heads inside, calling out to Kevin. He comes downstairs and they happily reunite, hugging. Kate says she's sorry for leaving him home alone. It's a really beautiful scene.
Yeah, it's a nice scene. She should be fucking sorry.
His reaction is beautiful.
He's a bit angry at first, remember? He doesn't run over to her right away, and then after she says sorry is when he runs over.
You see it on that wee guy's face.
He's a great actor, man.
Great actor, man. She says the rest of the family couldn't make it back in time, but then they all walk through the door.
She beat them
lovely.
by about 30 seconds. So all in all, she could have just stayed at the airport and got a flight there.
It's nice because it suggests it doesn't matter to her at all, even that 30 seconds. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
When the mother worries that they don't have any milk or anything, Kevin tells them that he went shopping the day before. Everyone's surprised. Kevin tells them he just hung about otherwise. Kevin's dad finds Harry's gold tooth lying on the floor and is mystified as to what it is and where it came from.
But he's got a guy for that. He's going to phone up his guy, his tooth guy. He's got a tooth guy.
But I thought Kevin would take it off and put a bit of blue tack on it and just put it in his wall.
Oh, that'd be so cool. He's got a wee box. He stole Buzzy's wee box.
And
he's got trophies in it.
And we pan back and it turns out he's got loads of these. He's been doing this for years. Kevin looks out the window and sees Marley hugging his granddaughter and celebrating Christmas with his formerly estranged son's family. I didn't see the daughter-in-law. They've reconciled...
you don't see the daughter-in-law?
No, I just meant because he watched on the bath. They've reconciled because he got that hole too big in the bath.
Man, that's a pure wholesome scene and a beautiful end to the movie and you're pure ruining it.
Man,
but that's bath chat.
It's so nice, but he's bought that daughter-in-law a Lush set. it's a bath bomb, man.
It's just a camera, but it's been wrapped up in cleans them and put it in a box, and the word Lush is written in pen. He's letting it go, I got your Lush. She's like, this is a camera.
Why have you homemade waterproofed it?
Just put it in a Ziploc bag. Just take that in the bath if you don't worry about it.
Kevin waves to him from the window, and the old man Marley waves back. Our hearts are warmed. Suddenly, Buzz shouts from upstairs, asking what Kevin did to his room. Startled, Kevin runs away from the window.
Credits?
Man, Home Alone 1990?
Oh, big one. One of the most famous, iconic Christmas movies ever. For a reason, it's got its place. I still love this movie. It does have problems. I liked it much better when I was a kid, but I think that's just part of growing up. I watched the first half of this movie with my kids before they fell asleep. And they were loving it, although they were a bit scared, because it's quite a scary concept, being left home alone. Macaulay Culkin is in his element here. He is so good. He's an amazing, brilliant wee actor. All the supporting cast is amazing. John Candy steals the show and he's in it for like 3 minutes. Everything he does is hilarious. I wouldn't say it's the perfect Christmas movie or the best Christmas movie, but it's definitely a must watch. I watch this movie every year. Like, it's one of the 5 or 6 Christmas movies that I watch annually. Not even because it's the best, it's just because you need to. There's certain movies you just need to watch around this time. I watched this and the second one. I prefer the sequel just because I love New York and it's more the romanticisation of that city that I love, even though I know it's an inferior movie, if you want to get technical about it, but I just love New York. So, with all that being said, I think it's an excellent movie. Definitely recommend. It's got its problems, some issues, but I watch it every year and I love it every year. Solid 4 out of 5 coconuts.
Okay, man, cool. Home Alone 1990. I think this is like a perfectly presented Christmas decoration. The warm tones and the score are paired with the thought of the season for me. I love Mac in this. I love Catherine O'Hara. Our burglars are sensational, and the chemistry between Pesci and Stern is a perfect storm in this fantastic family comedy. I like the warmer moments. The relationship with the neighbour really works for me. I think the movie is just so much fun. But like yourself, the concrete jungle of New York is a far better playground for this little terror. This isn't even in my top 5 Christmas films, to be totally honest. My favourite scenes really belong to John Candy. Those scenes are magnificent. I miss him tremendously. I feel like it's one for the kids. It's not that I've aged out of it, but I think the fun really rests in you imagine yourself as this kid totally causing it. Home Alone is so wonderful. 4 out of 5 coconuts. And with that being said, let's do an exchange next week.